Next on Worcester News tonight, a Sturbridge woman faces a judge after allegedly stealing more than $2.5 million from Medicaid. Plus, Boy Scouts of America will soon allow girls to join their Cub Scout program. Local troops react. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. We begin tonight in Dudley, where hundreds gathered to attend the wake of Webster police officer Michael Lee. Lee, a 10-year veteran of the department, was off duty early Saturday morning when his pickup truck crashed into a tractor trailer in the breakdown lane on Route 395. Police officers from all around the state showed up to pay their respects. Lee's fellow SWAT operators also attended, their armored vehicle draped in black bunting. Lee's funeral will be held Thursday at Sacred Heart Church in Webster. One of 3 men sentenced to life in prison for the 1994 murder of Paxton Police Chief Robert Mortal will go before the state parole board for the first time Thursday. According to the Worcester County District Attorney's Office, Jamie Richards, seen here on the left at his 1994 arraignment, will ask the state parole board for early release. Richards was convicted of second-degree murder in 1995 and sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole. The DA's office's Chief Mortel was killed in an exchange of gunfire in the woods after trying to find 3 men suspected of breaking into the houses in Holden and stealing a truck at gunpoint earlier that day. The DA and Chief Mortel's family are expected to issue statements against Richards' release. In honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, hundreds gathered in Worcester to light candles and hear the stories of survivors. Their mission, to give hope to those impacted by the disease. Our Cam JANDROW now joins us live with those details. Cam?
Anna, more than 200,000 cases of breast cancer are expected to be diagnosed in the country this year. Here in Worcester, a local organization is trying to help and doing their best against this fight.
Lighting the way towards a cure for women's cancer.
The Pink Revolution mission is to make pervasive change in the lives of those touched by breast cancer.
Candles line the Hanover Theater as a way to support women's cancer research and patient care. Hosted by Pink Revolution, the night allows survivors to share their experiences with cancer.
It's about giving people hope, giving people faith, and making them stronger. And that's our whole mission, is to live stronger after cancer.
Rebecca Soulier was diagnosed with breast cancer when she was 14 weeks pregnant. Nearly a decade after beating cancer, she says nights like Wednesday help motivate people impacted by the disease.
Now, fast forward 9 years, I'm here, I'm the one that's able to say, look at me, I'm surviving, I'm thriving, I've been alive, and I'm grateful to be able to give back in some sense to my community.
According to breastcancer.org, about 1 in 8 women will develop invasive breast cancer during their lifetime. More than 40,000 women are expected to die this year. But it's events like these used as a platform to spread awareness and to lower the number in the future.
Events like these also, I think, bring into the forefront the importance of a comprehensive program with multiple specialists who do only breast cancer to take care of women with breast cancer.
We're putting a face to the name. We're speaking to people one-on-one. We're finding out what they need that might be particular to them, and that's what makes this different.
Now, the proceeds from tonight's event will go into research and patient care at the UMass Memorial Comprehensive Breast Center and also back into the community. Anna?
Thanks, Cam. The Boy Scouts of America announced they will now welcome girls into their Cub Scout program after the Board of Directors unanimously approved the decision Wednesday. The decision means starting in the fall of 2018, girls will be able to join the Cub Scout program, which goes up to age 11. According to the organization, this decision comes after years of receiving requests from families and girls and getting input from current members and leaders. Jeff Hotchkiss is Scout Executive of the Mohegan Council in Worcester. He says he thinks this is a good opportunity for the organization.
Indiana, and then came here, and except for the occasion.
Well, I think it's exciting. A lot of families over the years say, gee, I wish you could just have scouting as a one-stop shop. Can we all come and just do scouting together, boys and girls? And so we're finally responding to that need, and we really started to ask the questions nationally and here locally, is that something that people want? And the overwhelming response from our listening sessions was, yeah.
Girls will be able to join the Cub Scout program beginning in 2018. In 2019, the organization will also deliver a program for older girls, enabling them to earn their Eagle Scout rank. We did reach out to the Girl Scouts of Central and Western Massachusetts. They sent a statement saying, in part, they believe strongly in the all-girl, girl-led, and girl-friendly environment Girl Scouts provides. Well, close to 200 cats and dogs from Puerto Rico landed at the Worcester Regional Airport tonight. A generous group of pilots from Wings of Rescue offered to donate their flying time and plane. Shelters from across New England, including Animal Shelter Inc. of Sterling, used fundraising dollars to pay the $80,000 needed for the fuel. The shelter says the rescued animals will have a chance at a better life.
We're just so thrilled that we can help with these animals, and it's unbelievable. There's so many people in our area that are looking to adopt, and these animals are going to get the best homes, the best vet care, and they're going to just be so happy.
They are so adorable. Well, the 194 cats and dogs were on tonight's flight. They'll go to several shelters and eventually be up for adoption. The shelters hope to organize a future flight. A 47-year-old Sturbridge woman is arrested Wednesday morning by Massachusetts State Police on a warrant issued in September. Helen Cayago is the owner of a Massachusetts home health agency. Police say she's accused of stealing more than $2 million from the state's Medicaid program. Our Brittany SCHAEFER has the story.
According to the Attorney General, Cayago stole approximately $2.7 million. The charges allege since at least July of 2015, Cayago billed Mass Health for home health services to patients that were not authorized by a physician.
Simply, Your Honor, this is a matter where defendant is alleged to have stolen $2.7 million from Mass Health.
The owner of a Massachusetts home health agency is arrested Wednesday. The Attorney General's office says Helen Cayago stole $2.7 million from the state's Medicaid program. The 47-year-old and her company, Lifestream Healthcare Alliance, face charges of Medicaid false claims and larceny.
Larceny over $250, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
As any defendant would plead before looking at any of the evidence that, before any charges. So it's a standard plea.
The Sturbridge woman allegedly took the money from Mass Health by overbilling and falsely billing services which were not authorized. Lifestream Healthcare has locations in Worcester and Drake.
At this point, I don't know what, other than the allegations that were obviously presented in court today, the counts, I don't know what else. I don't know what else to say, but I don't know what's substantiated. I don't know what they have for evidence behind it.
Investigators used a search warrant on Cayago on December 1st, 2016. 2 days later, prosecutors say she transferred around $1 million to a Kenyan bank account.
The defendant opened an account in her daughter's name on December 3rd of 2016 and transferred around $1 million both from her personal account and from the Lifestream business account. Later, $1 million of that money was transferred to a Kenyan account.
Cayago's attorney, John Malloy, says his client was a Worcester school teacher from 2001 until 2014. He says Cayago is shocked.
I think like anybody else, she's reasonably upset. Yeah, I thought the judge was fair.
Now, Cayago is being held on $100,000 cash bail, but her attorney says she will be able to post that bail. She also has to give up her passport and call the probation department weekly. Cayago is due back in court on December 6th. Brittany SCHAEFER, Worcester News Tonight.
A Northbridge man is arrested Tuesday after police say he allegedly robbed a store at gunpoint. Police say they received a panic alarm call for an armed robbery at the Village Variety convenience store around 12:45 in the afternoon on Tuesday. They say 46-year-old Roger Reedy's vehicle was spotted in a driveway on Carpenter Road. Reedy was arrested and charged with assault while armed with intent to rob. Police say a pellet pistol used in the assault was found at his residence. Auburn Fire and Rescue on the scene of Toys R Us Tuesday after reports of a gas leak. All employees were evacuated from the building after some felt symptoms of carbon monoxide. The Auburn Fire Department says gas was shut off to the building and there were no further hazards to workers. Eversource was on scene to help fix the leak. A new bike sharing program came to Worcester last month and the city says so far so good. Worcester says although some have been damaged, they're seeing many people enjoying the yellow bikes. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
Roberto Lopez now relies on Worcester's bike sharing program to get around every day.
They good, they ride nice, help me a lot.
Last month, the Chinese-based company OFO delivered 400 bikes to the city. The dockless bikes can be used by any smartphone through the company's app and only costs $1 an hour.
They're getting an awful lot of use.
The city says the bikes are getting more than 400 rides a day.
The city is becoming increasingly biker-friendly, which is exciting.
But some bikes are being found damaged. This one was found near the Worcester Common garage, missing a front wheel.
Unfortunately, not everybody treats everything the way that they should.
City manager at Augustus says fewer than 20 bikes have been damaged so far. He says the company can locate them through the GPS and repair them.
I expect that, you know, when they're in cities in China or they have another pilot program in Seattle, they expect they're going to lose a certain number.
Lopez is getting good use from the bikes, and the city says so far they are seeing a positive response.
The vast majority of the bikes are being used appropriately and in, you know, a way that helps people get along and get some exercise and is good for the city.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester.